kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Hiding
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Edmonton by Night. This is going to be episode 11 and a half. And today, we're recording during the day, so I'm chugging a Monster Energy drink. Don't mind me. Our dear Renee here was unfortunately unable to attend episode 11. So, tell me, how are you doing today?
We're doing our best, and that's all we can ask for.
Excellent. So, as the sun sinks below the horizon, on Tuesday night, of course, you will remember the incident at the hospital, and then the following night where Elijah tore a strip off of you, all.
Yep.
This is the following night, so we're effectively set 2 weeks back at this point. We will eventually catch up, but it's going to take some time, so just bear with us. As the sun dips below the horizon and the humans, the kind, start to wind down for the evening, doing what they do. Some of them getting tucked into bed, the city starting to quiet down, and the traffic slowing down on the roads. People start to go home. I'm going to get you to make a rouse check.
Yes, it's a 7. I'm not hungry. Yay.
Congratulations, that is a success. You do not inevitably stir the beast any more than you already have. By the way, what's your hunger at the moment?
1.
Cool. You just feel that kind of annoying little buzz in the back of your head. It's not really a voice just yet. It's just letting you know that it's there as you wake up next to Lydia, who has... Well, she is working on trying to change her sleeping schedule around to match yours. Hasn't really had much success as of yet, and she's standing there in the open door. She's just creepily watching you. The open door of the bedroom. She's just standing there watching you. What are you doing?
I open my eyes and I look at her and just, good evening.
Hi. How are you?
How long have you been staring at me like that?
Just, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes? You were so peaceful.
Okay. I'm not, like, creeped out. I am just genuinely curious. How long have you been watching me?
About 10 to 15 minutes, not much more.
What do I look like a person sleeping, or do I look like a corpse?
You don't really move much, at least not that I've seen. Once you kind of fall unconscious, or at least when you fell unconscious last night, you just kind of stayed in that position.
So did you move me? I remember falling asleep on my side, and I'm on my back now.
You seemed a little uncomfortable under the bed.
Okay. That's very fair.
Might have been just my mind, though. I don't know.
I appreciate it nonetheless. What time is it?
Shortly after sunset. Give me 1 second, and I will take a look and figure out what time the sun set that evening.
Wasn't it like 10 o'clock?
Not yet. It's not. Let me see here.
Okay.
2 weeks ago. It'll be the 21st of March. The sunset. Apparently Google is not going to tell me. I love it. Oh, here we go. 6:14 p.m. As the sun.
Oh,
as the sun.
6:14.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just used to it. I'm just still like with the thought of, okay, it's gonna set so much later. We're gonna have no nighttime at all. Okay. So this is.
That's a gradual thing, though. That it'll start to get later and later. I will let you know that, but it will start to gradually get later every day. The sun will start to set later.
Okay. Okay. So, have you eaten dinner yet? I say to Lydia.
I haven't, actually. She stops for a moment. She thinks.
What is it?
You know, I knew I forgot to do something today.
Did you not eat all day?
I got wrapped up in other things.
I'm assuming you haven't had any water either?
When was the last... Again, she's stopping to think.
Oh my god.
When was the last... You know, I can't actually remember the last bit of water that I had. Huh.
Okay, so
Apparently time escapes.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. I actually wanted to take you out tonight.
Oh?
Mm-hmm.
She kind of raises an eyebrow. How do you plan to do that?
Well, like everything in this group of people, we're gonna play it by ear. All I know is I have money in my pocket, and I have someone who desperately needs to eat something.
She's still in the doorway, just stares at you for a long moment. She's almost grimacing.
You know what I just realized? Because I've been a vampire for a while, I haven't cooked anything in a long while.
This, one would assume not.
So here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna decide what you want to eat while drinking a glass of water, and I'm gonna go freshen up, and then we're gonna make that happen, okay?
Does coffee count as water?
No.
Why not? It's a liquid.
Just go, please drink some water. I don't have the fancy make people do what I want abilities like Val does, but I will still make you drink water, okay?
Really? You sure about that? She got like this playful little smirk in the corner, just kind of tugging at the corner of her mouth.
Oh, so we have a brat. I have a brat on my hands, don't I? Oh my god.
At the risk of furthering this hole that I'm digging myself into, you sure couldn't make me last night, but...
It's a good one. Oh my god. Alright. Just gonna gonna stand up to my full height, because we tall.
How tall are you?
I am 5'10". So I stand up to my full height. How tall is Lydia? I'm assuming smaller than me.
One moment. Let me grab her character sheet. I should probably have that open anyways. Good practice. Give me 1 second, please.
It's all good. My evil is... I'm evil.
Your evil is adorable! I don't think I actually have a height in for her. We're gonna say she's about 5.5 feet.
Oh my god, she's tiny! Just a little bean! Okay, so I'm gonna, like, rise up to my full height. And then just, like, swiftly... swiftly, like, with all of the vampire prowess I have at my disposal. Like, everything, just, like, saunter over, practically gliding, finger under chin, looks up, and then just, like, I don't know how to do this, okay. You're gonna go drink some water. 'Cause you're gonna be thirsty later.
Again, she looks at you and she just raises an eyebrow. You can tell she wants to say something, but she doesn't. And without a word, she turns around and walks out to the kitchen.
just internally, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
As you go and get ready for your day, well, your night rather, and Lydia out in the kitchen, you can hear glasses rattling around, and a moment later it stops. You can hear the faucet turn on, and you can hear some muttering coming from the kitchen. Can't quite make out what's being said at the moment, but you can hear some muttering.
Drink water and it's the I know that you're right, but I hate it mumbling.
Yeah.
Drink some water and
And not long after, with the promise of going out for the evening, she actually goes and puts on gets a change of clothes. And a moment later, she meets you by the door. Probably about 7 o'clock in the evening, give or take.
All right.
And she just waits.
So we have a lot of options. We could stay in, watch a movie, and I cook something for you. Or we could go out and eat something. Because I finally have money at my disposal. Instead of being smart, I'm going to probably spend it all.
It has been a while since I've been out. Last time, I didn't really get much of a say.
Okay.
So where do you want to go?
Again, I am new to the area, and I haven't eaten food because I don't need to.
Do you want to go someplace busy? Do you want to go someplace a little more quaint? Do you want to do takeout, drive-through? What do you like?
Let's do something quaint.
Okay. I know of a place, but it's inside the mall.
Okay.
The mall can be a little busy, especially this time of night, and it is a burger/steakhouse.
All right.
But it is one of my favorites.
Perfect.
Okay. Give it about half an hour to 45 minutes later, and you guys find yourself in a parking spot outside of West Edmonton Mall. The notable things about this mall, it is massive. It takes up multiple city blocks. It also has the world's largest indoor water park. It used to have the world's longest indoor roller coaster. And it has the world's largest parking lot as well. Because those are totally important details that matter right now. You find yourself walking up to an entrance of the mall, known to many as Bourbon Street.
Ooh.
This is, for better or for worse, the food hallway. It's not a food court, because a food court has walk-up windows with fast food restaurants. This hallway has multiple sit-down restaurants of all kinds. They have an old spaghetti factory. They've got a traditional Chinese noodle house. They've got old English pubs. They've got burger joints. They've got an ice cream stand down at the other end. They've got... crap, what else have they got? They have sit-down restaurants of all kinds. And one of them she leads you over to is a steakhouse known as Mr. Mike's. She walks up and tells the hostess, the greeter, that they're looking for 2 seats. And they nod. And a moment later, you guys are being led past the rows of tables into an almost Western-themed restaurant. A modernized Western-themed restaurant. People are casually enjoying their dinners. Very much wood paneling, log cabin type deal. The staff seems friendly enough. And a moment later, you guys are sitting at one of the booths in the back. kind of away from everyone else. She takes a seat and she motions for the other side.
I'll take a seat. I make sure to sit with more facing the booth with my back out, because even though I don't think anyone will recognize me, I just, and the eyes could pretty much be people could easily be like, oh, those are contacts.
A few moments later, with the menu having been put down in front of you, she looks through the menu and, as the server comes up, introduces themselves.
I keep my eyes down.
Hello, my name is Brent. I will be your server for this evening. Can I start you off with a drink?
I'll take a water, please.
He nods and he looks over at Lydia, who orders a coffee. And she also orders something of an alcoholic variety.
Okay.
And Brent nods and says, I'll be back in a moment to take your orders. Just bear with me. I'm kind of new around here, so might take a moment. Which leaves the two of you at the booth to talk, if you so choose. Or, I mean, you can just sit awkwardly in silence, too. That works.
Even though that would normally be what I do.
Fucking mood, though.
So you've been to this place before?
Only a couple of times. It is one of my favorites, though.
Any particular reason?
Just the atmosphere. The steaks aren't bad, but... So tell me.
Well...
Go ahead.
So, because, I don't eat, if I order a meal, you could take it home and then eat it tomorrow for lunch. So you get to order 2 meals. Because, I don't want to seem that obvious. I don't want to pull an Edward Cullen and not order anything.
So, I'm going to step out of scene here for a moment. You do have an ability that will allow you to consume food. I believe your character specifically has it. Having gained your memories back, you would also know this. So I want you to take a moment and look through your character sheet. Because if you don't have that ability, there's also the Blush of Life, which will allow you to consume food and drink for up to an hour without throwing up.
I was planning on it.
Okay.
I'm just more concerned for this person on the other side of the table. I was planning on taking a bite of it.
Okay. Sorry, I'm going to step back into scene now.
Don't worry. I have madness to my method.
She just kind of... Lydia shakes her head. I don't get you. I don't understand you.
Okay. You don't have to.
Everyone that I have met of your kind has generally not been nice.
If it makes you feel any better, I've also had that experience besides my companions.
Why are you so different?
I think that's a multifaceted. There's multiple parts to that kind of answer, if you're willing to hear me lecture. When I was turned, it was veiled as a choice, as I'm gonna kill you, so if you want to be turned, choose to be turned, otherwise you could die. That's not a choice. And the fact of the matter is, I am a doctor, or was in my human life. So I took an oath to do no harm, but also the fact that I was raised with monsters. I grew up with not so nice people. And I, no matter what, wanted to break that cycle. So I guess from a really young age, I wanted to keep my humanity. Whether I was mortal or now immortal, I don't want to be like my predecessors. And I like being a good person.
And that's when Brent slides the drinks across the table to you guys. He looks at you. Have we had a chance to figure out what we want to eat this evening?
Raises eyebrow at Lydia.
Lydia orders a Western-style burger with fries.
Take one. Make that two.
And Brent nods and, again, departs. See. Do you miss it?
I miss what?
Being human. Or do you enjoy being what you are?
I miss certain parts. I miss my sister. I miss the bubble of ignorance that came with not knowing about the supernatural and what we are. How there's a whole world within our world, within our world, within our world. It sometimes I miss that ignorance. But in my time of now being a vampire, I like that I have a better ability to help the people I care about. I like that I have strengths that actually help what I like to do. And yeah. I don't like the beast though, but I don't think any vampire does.
She smirks.
I also like it because I got to meet you.
She actually remains silent at that.
Do you enjoy being in this world?
That is a complicated question.
May I ask how you even got introduced to this in the first place?
That is a...
How do you find this?
I was a little foolish in my youth when I was younger. I ended up hanging around the wrong sort of crowd. Met a guy, and the rest is, well, it's a blur. I can't really remember. I'm assuming that's probably when it started. I do remember A lot of unsavory nights, however. She's looking down at the table, shifting uncomfortably in her seat a little bit.
You don't have to say more if you don't want to. I respect that.
I'm what you call broken.
Well, looks like we have a membership card to the same club.
As the conversation carries on, Brent comes back and places 2 plates of food in front of each of you. And Lydia stares at the food for a sec before digging in. She's got kind of a bite after bite after bite, and just the burger is slowly devoured, as are the fries. The drink slowly disappears as you two have an evening.
I'm just gonna look at my plate, just like, so like an alien looking at something, just like, I haven't. So I take a fry. I do the hand, just reach down, take a fry, and just look at it. Like I've never seen a fry before.
She's watching you.
And I just eat it.
Shouldn't you? And she cuts off mid-sentence as the fry disappears into your mouth.
I guess, taste is also,
The taste is off a little bit. It doesn't taste like you know it should. It tastes...
I can definitely taste the salt.
Yeah. It tastes not bland, but almost... I want to say earthy and gritty, kind of. It's not your preferred taste, but it's not overly gross for you.
Takes another one. Dips it in ketchup. It's attempting to be is this what looks at it, eats it.
The ketchup explodes just across your mouth. Outshines everything else. It's acidic, it's tart, it's almost sour to a point. It tastes off. But you know it's ketchup. And you also have the stark realization that you're not reacting like you did with the blessed wafers.
Oh. That's neat.
She kind of looks at you. Got a big old fucking mouthful of burger, and she's like,
Pinky's out. Just holds it. I've never seen a burger never seen a burger before. Just
she swallows the mouthful of burger.
Takes a bite.
She swallows the mouthful of burger that she's got, and she's now full on watching you. Again, it tastes off. Almost like it's not for you, but it's not 100% bad. It's off.
And probably the meat in the burger tastes so unpalatable.
Yeah.
To me, that's so weird.
It's food, but it's not food. As a matter of fact, it's dead food. It's not supposed to be dead.
Just feels beast in back of my
yeah. you can feel the beast kind of.
Have mercy! Have mercy! Why do you hate me this much?
The meat slides down your throat. It's just did you really? Why do you do this to me?
What? I thought we were friends. How could you do this to me?
We rescued her from that cult. I thought we were friends, my dear. And now you torture me. And before... Go ahead.
It talks to Beast. Hon, I know you're hungry. We're gonna have our dinner later. I'm just trying to be polite.
It doesn't seem impressed. The night moves on.
Just starts like tasting things on the table. Just like looks at like the salt shaker and just like.
As you're in the midst of tasting things, you put the salt shaker back, you've picked up the pepper one, put that back, grabbed the vinegar. Lydia just kind of pokes you and gently gestures over to one of the booths down the way where a couple of people are actually staring at you.
I don't know what to do. I just wave.
And one of them turns so their back is towards you.
Tries like, is there lettuce on this burger? Or like tomato?
Yes.
Okay, so takes like a shred of lettuce, puts it, and I'm like, that did not taste good when I was a human. It does not taste good now.
As the night moves on, you and Lydia do wrap up your supper. With you having tasted most of the things on the table at this point. And the rest of the burger and fries packed up, which you haven't eaten. The bill is paid, and you move on for the evening. Where are you going now?
Is the mall still open? I expect it's like only like 8 o'clock, right?
Yeah, the mall will be up until I think about 9-ish. You got about another hour, give or take. I think that's
right,
weekday hours. Don't quote me on that, though.
Okay, so let's just walk around and window shop.
Like, all right, just, window shop.
But we're not actually looking. We're just talking still, or attempting to talk and not be awkward after not bringing up the fact that I just ate food.
So you do walk around the mall for about an hour until, over the loudspeakers, you hear the sound of somebody speaking up informing you that the mall will be closing in roughly about 15 minutes. Lydia just kind of leads you out one of the side doors. You guys aren't near the exit where you parked. You're down at the other end of the mall, which is again several blocks away, and she kind of walks through the crisp, fresh air of the evening. Yes, can I help you?
Quite a vulnerable position to be. Trying to avoid all DM dangers at all costs. Oh no, we're outside. It's nighttime, and we have a while to walk till we get to our car. What could possibly go wrong?
And
so we're walking.
So you're walking, and you feel a hand almost snake into yours. Kind of grip yours.
If I wasn't dead, I'd be blushing.
Without much in the way of shenanigans or anything like that, you make your way down through the rather extensive parking lot to the Bourbon Street entrance, where you do find your car as you had left it. Well, Elijah's car as you had left it. You also realize that Lydia didn't exactly ask to borrow it. At least not that you can remember, because nobody was awake when you guys left.
Does Elijah know that you took his car?
So, did you enjoy dinner?
Oh my god. I loved it. I haven't eaten food and enjoyed it. Heavy asterisk on and enjoyed it. Heavy emphasis. Since... Oh my god, since the night I was turned. I had penne alla vodka that night. Takes off memory.
She remains silent. As you make your way back downtown, again about half an hour to 45 minutes later, is there anything else that you wanted to do this evening? Any other place you wanted to go?
Any other place you wanted to go?
No, not really.
Side question. Did I grab my medical bag, or do I have my med bag, or is it still in the church?
One would assume it's still in the church.
Crap.
Did you... she drives through the downtown neighborhood. Stops for a red light. A moment later, the light turns green. And the car starts up again.
I'm waiting for it.
Turns onto her street. Into the parking lot. Parks the car. Unbuckles herself, gets out. As you are unbuckling yourself, she lets out a scream. And a moment later, she is being pulled backwards. And you can hear a couple of really muted voices. Male.
How many? Wait, okay. Let's suit up. Heightened senses. That's a 1. That's aspect.
Yep, that is a
Can I do everything at once, or can I only do one?
We're gonna say per turn you can do one.
Okay.
So your heightened senses, which sense are you channeling your blood into? Which
Sight.
sense are you heightening? Sight? Where are you looking at the moment?
Well, if I just took my buckle off, then I'm still in the passenger seat. So she got out, she's screaming. So I obviously turn my head toward her screaming, but open the door and start to get out, and quickly just take a look at my side to make sure nobody's there. Is someone there?
There does not appear to be.
Oh, cool. Whip open the door. Hop out. Close door. A little too hard, but no damage to the car.
As you close the door and go for Lydia, something strikes you as odd. The shadows on the ground are flickering just a tiny bit, but there's no light to disrupt them.
Can you rephrase that? I don't know what that means.
They're flickering, almost like there's a light source that's interfering with them. You know how when you've got a light casting down, you've got shadows here, right? Imagine that this area down here is just, it's flickering, lit up and then dark, and then lit up and it's flickering almost.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Alright, so I look over to where Lydia is. What is happening?
There is, with Lydia, one moment. A man with an almost Armani suit. He's got her now, gripped in his arms. Short-styled black hair. Looks like he might be of a mixed unidentifiable ethnicity. A fairly chiseled jawline with a distinctive tattoo on the back of his right hand of a pyramid and an eye in the middle.
We're messing with the Illuminati?
I didn't say that.
I know, but that's the first thing that came to mind. Okay, so because with heightened sense of sight, look at the man. Can I hear? Oh, we got to switch up heightened senses.
A moment.
Put the blood.
Go ahead.
Wait, you go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say put blood to ears. Can I hear a heartbeat? Do I know if this person's alive?
You can hear a
or
heartbeat.
a vampire.
You can hear a heartbeat. It's coming from Lydia.
Oh crap.
And that's when one of his hands reaches down into a pocket and he pulls out a rag and holds it over Lydia's face.
What? Okay,
She's
is there
screaming. You can hear muffled screaming coming from her, but it's getting a little
Can
weaker.
Can I hear anybody else? Is it just this one person?
As far as you can tell, it's just this one person.
Is there anything? Is there like a van or another car in the parking lot that could possibly contain another person?
He's backing up towards what appears to be a van.
Okay, so we're gonna run up toward them.
Okay.
Grab the wrist that is exposed because obviously his hand is out.
Mm-hmm.
Grab the wrist. Try not to break it because I don't want that evidence. Just like, and then looks him dead in the eye and just let go. Now.
Tyler, would you like to speak up?
It was a conspiracy this whole time! It was a conspiracy!
Is she looking him dead in the eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I will be rolling mesmerize, dominate.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit! I should have broken that wrist.
One
Damn.
rouse check. One rouse check.
Oh, God.
He is slightly more hungry. That is 4 hunger.
Oh! Ho, ho, ho!
Oh my God!
4 hunger.
Yep.
And now I'm rolling for mesmerize, which is manipulation, dominate.
What is the counter roll for that?
The counter roll would be versus intelligence resolve.
So, Renee, you are going to give me an intelligence and resolve roll. I'm going to add those 2 dice together, and don't forget your hunger dice, please.
That's
I only
right.
got 1 hunger. So, what is it? One more time?
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
And resolve.
Cool.
Alright, so that's 4 dice and 1 hunger dice. Okay.
5,
Highest number of successes wins.
6, 7, 8. Mind you, I have 4. Oh shit.
What did you do?
Tyler, what did you roll?
I'm counting.
Yep. All right. Renee, what did you roll?
Oh, God. I rolled for the intelligence plus resolve.
Yep.
An 8, a 7, a 9, and a 4. And my hunger dice was a 10.
Okay, so your 10's a messy critical. On top of that, you got 3 successes. You what?
On 4 of them, I have the 4 hunger dice. I have a 9 and an 8, or I have 3 9 or 2 9s. Or wait, hold on. 1 6, 1 9, 1 8, and 1 3 on the hunger.
Okay.
I have 2 10s.
So 2 10s is a critical, which is 4 plus your 3 successes for a total of 7.
Yep.
So, Renee, here's how things go down.
Oh my god.
You reach out and grab his wrist. However, you hear that all too familiar voice in the back of your head these days. He's taking hours. And your hand squeezes, and it squeezes, until you can hear a bone snap.
Nope.
Tyler.
I will place in Fortitude.
Oh.
Flesh of marble.
Oh. Okay, so the bone doesn't snap. You think you hear it snap, but not quite. Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
You channel your blood and attempt to make it do your bidding. And a moment later, Renee, you find yourself absolutely mesmerized by Tyler for a moment.
Does unswayable mind in Fortitude work?
One moment.
Actually, yeah, it does.
Well done.
Unswayable mind. Again, that's dominate power.
Yep, I'm grabbing it here. So I am going to have to learn these as well. So just bear with me for 1 second.
Oh my god.
Fortitude. No, I apologize. It's Fortitude power.
That's what I thought. Fortitude. Unswayable mind. These gains a mystical ability to resist any attempts to sway them through mundane charms, coercion, and wiles. Some exhibit unswayable mind as a zen-like calm, and others as supernatural stubbornness. Cost is free, so you get to add your dots in Fortitude as extra dice in any roll made to resist coercion, intimidation, seduction, or any other attempt to sway the user's mind against their will. This power also works against supernatural abilities such as dominate and presence. Cool. So you get to... I'm going to allow you to roll your Fortitude dice now, and we are going to add that. So however many dots you have in Fortitude is how many dice you get to roll. You have already rolled your hunger dice, so we don't have to worry about that.
6. Oh, thank God.
That is a success.
Yes.
That is still not enough to beat, however.
Fuck.
You find yourself mesmerized by Tyler for a moment. And a split second later, you feel an absolutely horrible sharp pain ripping through your body. As the edges of your vision starts to blur and darken, you can hear Lydia weakly screaming for you before you fall to the ground, paralyzed, unable to move, unconscious. And that, my dear, is where we're going to pause for break.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me make it, they don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down, they wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt, they're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
No, I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate, every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help, I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I'm gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help,
never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Taking shots at the enemy, I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take a new song. And you cannot save me, cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
You are not as tough as
You never guess. I don't slack, don't lose, learn your lesson yet. When I get to choose what I do, I'm like a weapon. I'm not as sharp as many, but got heart. I'm ready to change scars to envy, to win large and plenty. I like to play fast, never change back. Calling out, I'll pay back, cause I'm great at that. Oh, you cannot save me, cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
you are not as tough though.
Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots, who are not as tough as me. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots, who are not as tough as me. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, I'm losing shit. A stupid myth, you choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh,
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go get off the grid. Feel like my brain is overloaded, man, I'm losing it. Don't let them tell you what to do, man, they don't know shit.
Hey man, how the hell you doing? I've been just fine, living life with the noose and in my mind, all I hear is music. Watching your mouth move, damn you look stupid. I feel like everyone's a stranger. Small talk with your narcissistic neighbor. She's real hot, but they said to never date her. I agree, but you did and I hate her. You wanna get away? You better get in line. Won't go another day of wasting any time. I've got a lot to say, can't hold it in this time. Got no filter, I got no filter. 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 Hey man, can I get a favor? Yeah, sure, hot, no, see you later. Sometimes I just wanna be a hater. Gotta wash down the top 40s with a chaser. Your voice starts feeling like a waiter. Scraping my mind against a cheese grater. Before you go, sir, you have to sign a waiver. That's alright, I'm aware of the danger. You wanna get away? You better get in line. Won't go another day of wasting any time. I've got a lot to say, can't hold it in this time. Got no filter, I got no filter. 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 No filter, I got no filter.
Welcome back once again. I hope you all had a great break. Last we left off, our dear Renee had been staked, lies paralyzed. And as the world starts to come to again with you, Renee, I need you to make another rouse check, please.
Oh, I thought if I got staked, then, like, I would instantly, get a
Nope.
bunch of hunger.
That was only to prove a point, only to show something.
Oh.
That was me pulling something in order to show you what happens if you happen to hit that frenzy point.
Okay. Got a 5.
You add a point of hunger to your hunger
Dang it.
check. As the world starts to make itself known once again. Listening closely, You can hear what appears to be the sound of a car engine, and a moment later you can feel kind of a soft, cushiony seat underneath, almost vibrating in time with the car engine. You can feel a bit of inertia on your body, a bit of forward motion. As your eyes open, you see the interior of what appears to be a taxi cab. And you seem to be wrapped up fairly tightly in a metal chain, lying down on the back seat.
Finally awake, are you? Back there?
Wait, I didn't open my eyes, right? I'm just aware that I'm in a car and wrapped in a chain.
I said your eyes have opened and you see the inside of what appears to be a taxi cab.
Can I, am I facing toward the driver's seat? Can I see the rear view mirror?
Right now, you're staring up at the ceiling, but if you turn your head to the right side, you should be able to see the rear view mirror just fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that to try to see whoever's driving.
In the rear view mirror, as the memories start to flow back into your mind, as they start to make themselves known once again, the face that you see in the rear view mirror is not one that you remember.
So I'm gonna try to do a little wiggle against my chains to get to see what sort of bondage situation I'm in. Is any of it touching my skin? I'm assuming not.
There are a few links of chain touching your skin.
What is the chain made? I guess I can't.
You can if you want.
What is the chain made out of?
It is made out of a fairly strong metal, and the answer to your question, which we'll leave for a later time, is no, it does not.
Okay.
The chain appears to be made out of a steel. A steel or a metal or some kind of alloy like that. Okay. And it is fairly thick.
Okay. Can I tell if the driver is human or not?
No, he's definitely human looking.
Can I hear a heartbeat? Can I hear anyone else in the car, or is it just him in the driver's seat?
Just him in the driver's seat.
Can I hear anything from the trunk?
You cannot. Actually, yeah, no, you cannot.
Just looks at rearview mirror. Who are you?
Who I am is not important. What you did is.
Where are we going?
You'll soon find out.
Are we close?
Close enough. It's a relative term.
Time. I'm running out of time. Just, what is going on?
You know exactly what's going on, Renee.
How do you know my name?
There's a lot you need to know. But the way I know your name was because I've been monitoring you.
Okay.
And your friends. I'm not the only one that knows your name, Renee. A lot of bad people know your name. A lot of people that want you and your lover dead.
Are you one of those people?
If I was, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Why did you chain me up?
Do you really think you would stay in the car, waking up as you are?
Fair.
Here's the other question. What were you trying to do to my friend? Yeah, that's what I thought.
What?
My friend, before you were so neatly wrapped and placed in my taxi.
Just while trying to get this gentleman to keep talking, just like looks at chains to see if there's like a lock or a mechanism, or am I just tied up? Like what? Trying to look for getting out of this situation.
I want you, for a moment, as you are taking in an awareness of your surroundings and trying to keep this guy talking, make me an awareness roll, please. Do not forget your hunger dice.
Awareness, I got 2, but I got 2 hunger dice, so it's basically just 2 hunger dice.
Correct.
Got an 8 and a 6. 2 hunger dice.
Your awareness. You start to... Wait a minute. That nagging voice in the back of your head seems to be quiet for a moment. It's not talking to you. It's not even lying in wait. You've never felt anything like this before. It's almost cowering.
Do I remember how Alorah felt? Well, I can remember how Alorah felt.
It's not the same thing. I'm just going to tell you straight up right now. It's not the same thing.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep. The chains are fairly tightly wrapped around you, however. If you had been alive, it might be cutting off some circulation. Luckily, you don't have any blood flow.
Yeah, very much so. I'm quite hungry. What is happening?
Oh, so? What do you mean?
Where are we going? Why do you need me alive? What is happening? Where is Lydia? What is happening?
Answers will be brought to you in time. But I am curious. You're a doctor, yes?
I was.
Was or is?
That depends on your definition of physician. What's the point?
Point is, while you were gallivanting with your friends and your girlfriend, what happened to the man with the broken collar?
Shit.
Surprise.
My sire killed him.
Are you sure? Did you see it?
Oh my god.
The car starts to slow as it pulls up in front of a large brick building well, you can't really tell where you are. You're in an industrial neighborhood of some kind. And our dear friend here picks you up out of the back seat.
I'm wiggling.
Yeah.
I'm wiggling.
As he gets in, picks you up, carries you
I'm wiggling
into the building. You're not going to be able to escape his grip in this state. You are too tightly bound.
I do the comedic toddler dead weight, just flopping.
If it makes you feel any better, Alorah was a chain worm. I'll explain after session. He takes you into this building, walks down a few hallways, down a bunch of stairs, and eventually deposits you into what appears to be a very white room. A moment later, remember that individual that grabbed Lydia? He steps into the room, along with another, and they securely tie you into a steel chair that's bolted to the floor. And as you look around this room, the walls appear to be made of white stone. There is piping running along the walls and the ceiling. The door that you came in is fairly tall and narrow. To the left of that is a dual basin sink, and to the right of that are two shelves, one placed mid-level and one placed near the top of the door. Just past those shelves to the right, further to the right, appears to be a faucet in a wall with a bucket laid beneath it. There is nothing else in this room. The color of white reminds you of sterile hospital walls, while the walls are still rough and almost like they're made of stone.
Jerry! Little rat crawls up his arm and perches on his shoulder.
So who's in the room right now? It's me, the guy, wait, it's the Lydia guy, so he has the...
It's you, this gentleman down here that you see. You don't know his name, you just kind of know what he looks like. The guy that grabbed Lydia, and one more that you haven't seen before.
Sorry for the dramatics.
I would just like some answers, please.
Oh, you'll get answers. But first you'll have to answer a few of my questions.
Can this go 1-for-1, back and forth? I would prefer that.
I don't think you're in a position to make decisions on that. Do you?
Well, what? I don't know. I don't know what this situation is. I don't know how powerful you guys are. I don't know what is going on. And I don't know if I want to answer any of your questions truthfully. And how do I know you don't already know the answers?
You don't?
Exactly.
Let's talk about vampiric law for a change.
Okay.
What's the first tradition, do you know?
Don't break the masquerade.
And what did you do?
Broke it.
Indeed. And if this was a Camarilla city, what do you think the penalty is for breaking the first tradition?
Death.
Okay. Glad you're not dead, aren't you?
Well, I don't know what this situation has in store.
Your salvation.
I've heard that way too many times before, and each time was more horrifying than the last. Can you please just give me more straight answers?
What would you like to know?
What is going on? Who are you?
My name is a bone collector.
That's badass.
No, it's just a name. Just as yours is Renee.
And what about the two other people who are in here?
My friends.
What are their names?
Well, this is Bethany Lestrade.
And a short woman steps forward. Give me 1 second. A petite Japanese American, standing roughly about 4'10". Long, black, straight hair, wearing a gothic noir Lolita style dress, looking fairly young and fairly youthful in the face. It is also interesting to note that she has I believe, 2 katanas. And her outfit looks like it carries much more. She does not look amused.
And my friend Tyler.
The man in the Armani suit from earlier.
All right.
And this is Jerry. Points to the rat. Because of your friends and your endeavors and the breaches of Masquerade, you have caught quite the attention of another group. How familiar. Mm-hmm.
As it occurs to me, we actually didn't give a description of the bone collector, so just bear with me. I'm going to go through that now, just for audio purposes. So the bone collector is a man who, when standing, stands roughly about 5'10", with a hooded cardigan that makes him look like it's draped over his head like a specter. Long, straight brunette hair spilling over his right side.
And glasses.
And glasses. Sorry, that wasn't in the description. We're
Look
good.
down
We're
a
good.
little bit further. Does say I believe I also put in there that this is all, you know.
Yep. Anyways, continue.
So you have caught the attention of another organization, a non-vampiric organization. Can you guess which one?
The Second Inquisition, I'm assuming?
Indeed. I specialize in scrubbing the database of the Second Inquisition, specifically. But in order for me to do so, that places me and my friends at great risk. All I need from you, in order to do so, is this. He pulls out a contract with a pen that looks like an X-Acto knife.
As he pulls... Go ahead.
I'll explain. This may very well place me at death's door on any one of these. And for me saving your life, as you have explained, that is what I ask. A life for a life.
So what he's asking you to sign is known as a life boon. So a boon is basically a debt that one individual owes to another, in simplest terms. There's varying degrees of boons that can be owed. The one that he is asking from you, because you don't know this information, so I'm going to give this to you. A life boon may only be claimed if the claimer of the boon truly laid his very existence on the line. Fighting clearly inferior opponents does not count. The possessor may demand anything that he likes, and this is anything. This debt is only repaid by saving the life of he who owes the boon. He may demand anything short of that and get it, and you still owe him. There's also the possibility of being freed from the boon if the one you owe absolves it. But then again, how many kindred are going to throw away a life boon? He's literally asking a life for a life.
Just a life?
Your life.
My life.
Indeed.
What happens after I sign this?
You will be doing as I tell you. And those I tell you to listen to. Mind you, I've given this to at least 2 of your friends already, and they've accepted.
And I travel with you everywhere after this, just in case you need a life for a life?
If I need you, I will contact you.
And this is binding forever?
Binding until I say it deems otherwise.
That's a very, very slippery slope.
There's no slope to be slipped on. You either sign it, I save your life, or you don't, and you contest with the consequences of both the Camarilla in this city and the Second Inquisition, whichever one finds you first.
Who of my friends signed it?
That is for them to tell you. But I can guarantee you all 3 of them have a decent amount of owing me.
Bone collector, my dear, says a voice.
Yeah.
Says a voice from behind you, a fairly feminine voice. It's not going to hurt if you give that information out. You know what we're trying to accomplish here, and if she knows who, it's only going to help her further her decision process.
Fair. Dee and Val both gave their life to me.
All right.
A blood boon was constructed specifically for Alorah.
But she didn't take it.
She did.
Oh.
A blood boon is not a life boon.
So, for reference, let me get into what a blood boon is, because that is also a term that you are unfamiliar with. Again, it is a debt owed. A blood boon is only appropriate when the collector of the boon risked his assets or his friends for you, or put himself at some direct risk of losing his existence. A blood boon is a truly terrible debt which might not ever be repaid. While it is owed, you may never vote against the owner's interests, you may never speak directly against him, and you must teach him when he requests it. And if he demands your political support, he will get it. If giving such support actually endangers your life in a real way, the debt is now considered paid. If he demands dark clan secrets like thaumaturgy, teaching him negates the debt. If you risk your existence to save the owner of the boon, the debt is also cancelled.
So I'm making... Just to clarify, this is a life boon that
one was a blood boon. The one you are being offered is a life boon, a life for a life. Basically, you are at his beck and call, and you owe him your life. If he says jump, you basically say how high.
And if you want to know, everyone but one in this room, out of character, is that right? Everyone but one in that room owes a life?
The one who does not is not currently in the room.
Okay. All but one in this room has signed a life boon. There's a reason why they backed me. And if it's any consolation, getting away from the SI is harder than getting away from the Camarilla.
Once the SI has your scent, my dear, just to drive this point home, they stop at absolutely nothing. They will hunt you to the ends of the earth. They will hunt you to the ends of the universe. Once they get your scent, they are like a blood hound. We are attempting to keep you alive, figuratively speaking. Because there are much bigger fish to fry.
I can't very well hold a pen if I'm tied up.
Sorry, I have sirens. Give me 1 second. Bloody daytime sirens.
Uno momento.
As you mention this, Tyler looks over at you. Bone collector. He doesn't say anything. He just looks at you, and with that nod, he walks over to Renee and unties your hands and your arms, leaving the rest of you securely fastened to the chair. As you look over the contract, Renee, something on this contract stands out to you. It's a black butterfly with a red border. With a red outline. It's up near the top, in the right-hand corner. If you hadn't noticed it before, like if you hadn't seen it before, you'd almost not know it was there.
Put the two and two together of, well, a butterfly being up in a club is weird, but is not weird. But the exact same butterfly on a contract of this type, it's a little weird. What is that?
What is what?
That sigil. What is that?
Do you really want to know, or is it just something that you're stalling for time?
In due time. Make your decision. Sign the contract, or don't.
I'll sign it. So, takes pen. Is this like a special blood pen, or can I just write with it?
It's a scalpel on the end.
Well,
Oh.
Basically, what he's asking you to do is to take it, slice your finger, and press your thumb to the contract.
Is it... Just... Instinct human question. Is this sterile?
Yes.
Okay.
Alcohol and everything.
Thumbprint on paper.
As soon as your thumb is pressed against the paper is pulled out from under it. Your thumb seals itself a moment later. You can feel kind of that gnawing hunger, kind of itching as your skin knits itself back together, and that gnawing hunger pick up just a tiny bit, not much. And the contract is pulled back as the bone collector takes it.
Please.
Gives it.
Well, with that done...
One moment. And he snaps his fingers. In comes another woman, curly blonde hair, with a manila envelope. Thank you, Catherine. And he sets it on the table. Renee, you're no longer Renee anymore. And he opens up to a new identification. Has a new address, has a new birth certificate. All that needs to be in place is a new name. New SSI, new social security number, everything. Driver's license with her up to date. Picture, everything. Pick a name.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. How old would you say you look?
25.
Places it in for 25, giving a full date, month, and day, and year. And it looks computer generated. You are now Elizabeth. To any kind, mortal, or anyone you don't know.
Basically, forget your old life. Forget your old name, says the voice. Still not sure where that voice is coming from, by the way.
All right.
When you're done here, Bone Collector, my limo is waiting out front. It's rather conspicuous in this neighborhood, so, the sooner the better. But, again, if there's anything else you need to go over with her, you know where I'll be. And you hear footsteps walking down a rather long hallway.
Also, he reaches behind him. She told me to give you this. And you hear the sound of metal and slides it over. It's a house key.
To where?
She'll tell you. You can take her out of the chains now.
Tyler nods, and a moment later you find yourself being released from the chains, able to stand up from that bolted chair on the floor.
What happened to the girl I was with? That your friend here chloroformed, I'm assuming?
Sorry about that. Necessity.
It's all in the key.
All right.
Out that door, up the stairs, front door. She'll be waiting.
So what happens after this?
I'll contact you if I need you. You have bigger instruction at this present moment.
Okay.
So, what do you do?
Follow the directions.
You move down the fairly sterile-looking hallway, up the stairs and out the door, to what appears to be a stretch limo sitting outside in front of the building. Again, does look really conspicuous in this place. You wouldn't expect to see this around here. As you approach the vehicle, a man standing outside opens the door. He doesn't say a word to you, he just opens the door.
Just nods.
The windows on this vehicle are well above the allowable tint levels on a car. You cannot see, and it's like looking into a mirror. Inside, the seats look fairly plush. And there is a soft, almost classical music coming from inside. And the man at the door, he just stands there staring at you.
I'm just gonna get in.
The moment you are in, the door closes. You can see the man walk around the car and hop in the driver's seat. And a moment later, the car is on its way. 1 second. Inside this car sits a woman. She's not anybody that you've seen before. You also see Lydia. Lydia does not look like she's terrified. She actually looks fairly comfortable in this seat. The strange woman has long black hair, hazel green eyes. She's wearing a rather informal t-shirt with a fairly unsavorable phrase on it, a leather jacket and blue jeans. And she stares at you for a long moment. Blood bag?
Yes, please.
She points to a mini fridge just off to your left. And when you open it, you do find it actually well stocked with blood bags. It is also important to note, I did goof earlier, the only way to return to a hunger of 0 is to kill somebody in this game. Blood bags will not fully sate. Neither will partially draining somebody. But it will, for the moment, they will suffice to take your hunger down at least a notch.
Well, I drink the blood bag.
And I will allow you to reclaim a point of hunger on your hunger track.
Yeah.
Better.
ST?
Yes.
ST? I'll explain. It only slakes half hunger. So if she was to take 2 blood bags, that's 1 point. If she takes another 2 blood bags, that's 2 points.
Cool. So you'll take half a point unless you take 2, in which I'll allow you to take back a full point.
I'll take 2.
Cool.
Just
that works. Done. Thank you very much. Better, I presume.
Yes.
As you can see, Lydia is unharmed. Matter of fact, Lydia is sitting there drinking from a bottle of Coke.
Who are you?
I don't give my name out for security reasons. However, as my dear bone collector has said, we have been watching you for quite some time. Watch the breathing into the mic. We have been watching you for quite some time. We are aware of the one who abandoned you shortly after embracing you. And once we track them down, they will be dealt with. They know better. The price for abandoning a fledgling, for abandoning a newborn, without teaching them everything they need to know, is death. We take a very harsh stance on that, for obvious reasons. But you, Renee, you and your friends have a specific set of skills. You are able to move around. You are also not well known. You are fairly new to our world, which means you can get into places and do things that those of us that have been around for quite a while can't. You just see her lick her fangs for a moment.
Who is we?
She reaches into her shirt, pulls out a metal chain. On that metal chain, you see a butterfly with an ankh, black with a red bordered outline.
Ah.
We exist in the shadows, and you have been conscripted, basically. Much like you now owe your life to the Bone Collector, the Bone Collector works for me. He went after you at my behest. And I am sorry that that was so rough and tumble, but we needed to do it. We needed to find an opportunity, an opportune time to do it, to grab you. This seemed as good as any. Watch the breathing into the mic.
Can you hear me breathe?
Yep.
Okay, should I just turn this down a little bit? Can you still hear me?
I can hear you.
You're so good.
Just watch where your mic's positioned. There you go.
All right.
We needed to find an opportune time to grab you, and this seemed like as decent a time as any. You've made quite a noise. Quite an appearance, shall we say. While the cult building wasn't your fault, we're not going to put that on you. It was still noticed. We managed to shove that under the rug, so to speak. Moving forward, your name will be Elizabeth. And forget, like I said, you forget your old life. It doesn't exist anymore. Despite the fact that you owe your life in return for your services, we are going to offer you a few things. One is a bank account. She hands you a debit card. Into said bank account, we are going to deposit a sum of money every month to make sure that your needs are taken care of. Because it will not have you doing, it will not do having you go around and, not to say that you have, but pickpocketing people or taking things from people that they might notice missing. We will cover your expenses. Second, you and your dear Lydia here will be meeting up with the rest of your group in a new location. You can forget the apartment, you can forget the church. Well, not necessarily forget the church, but you won't be living there anymore. We have secured a location for you that has enough room for you and your humans, you and your kind, to exist peacefully. It even has darkened rooms in the basement for you during daylight hours. We've taken care of all of that. Our resources are far-reaching. We've been around for quite a while. We also work in groups. One group does not know... We work in pockets. One pocket does not know who the other pockets are unless absolutely necessary. This is for security. She reaches into one of her pockets and she pulls out a butterfly on a metal necklace. There are people who tell me that we shouldn't be bringing neonates into this, that we shouldn't be bringing people who know absolutely nothing into this. However, I have found the ability to go by relatively unknown and to be able to stumble your way into things has its advantages every now and then. And she hands the butterfly over to you. This marks you as basically, for all intents and purposes, a part of us. This can get you access to types of information or access to certain areas that you might not necessarily have access to otherwise. If you have a sneaking suspicion that somebody might be one of us, you can flash this, and if they are, they will know what it means. If not, you're just showing off a necklace. Do not make us regret this. First and foremost, we do not take kindly to that. Your belongings have already been moved. From the apartment and from the church. You will find them at your new place of residence. Lydia's items have already been moved, and your friends are there waiting for you. Though it is rather close to dawn, so you may want to watch that and reunite with them in the morning. And I am sure that your mind is full of questions, so now, if you have any, it would be the time to ask.
Can you repeat that? You cut out.
Your mind, I am sure, is full of questions. So if you have any, now would be the time to ask.
Blaze, you're cutting out pretty bad.
One moment, please. I'm sure that your mind is full of questions. If you have any, now would be the time to ask.
Will I ever be seeing you again? Or will I be getting, I guess, instructions through other means?
If we need you, we'll be in touch. But for the moment, can I see your phone, please? She takes your phone, and a moment later she hands it back. There's a contact in it, and phone number. If you need information, text this number, do not call it. The name on the phone number is attached to Alice with a Y.
What may you said I can't know your name, but what can I refer to you as? Yeah. Calling you butterfly boss lady just doesn't match your rapport.
We've gone by many names over the years. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what name to give out, just in case. Unfortunately, once secrecy becomes part of your line of work, you become a little paranoid after a while.
What about the monarch? Since butterflies.
That doesn't quite work for me, and we already have one, I think, named the monarch. That gets kind of confusing.
Okay, fair.
I'll tell you what, I'll think on that. I'll get back to you on that. Anything else?
Nope. That will be it for now.
Okay. And the driver pipes up. We've got about 10 minutes till destination. But this time, if you're looking out the window, you can see that you are actually outside city limits. You're no longer in the city. You can see rolling countryside. That key that you were given is the key to your new house. Believe me when I say this cost us a pretty penny. But it is a place that you can call home for the moment and not have to fear. Because I know that your life on the run has not been easy, and Father Douglas, well, he's already put himself in enough of harm's way for you.
Though in my head, though I desperately want to ask more about Father Douglas, I'm not going to. Thank you. I know that this is mutually beneficial and you have purpose for us, but nonetheless, thank you.
Normally, no, first of all, you're welcome. Normally, we wouldn't bother. But things are moving in this world, unfortunately, that if they keep going the way that they are going to have disastrous consequences. We are here to make sure that doesn't happen.
In the vampiric world, in the supernatural world, or the world in general?
Yes.
Okay. You said that our group has a specific set of skills that you need.
You have the ability to make people look in one direction when they should be looking in another. You have the ability to misdirect people, such as your little stunt in the hospital, making people more concerned about you while your compatriots snuck in the back door and then feigning a dead body and scaring the ever-living shit out of a coroner. Which, by the way, I'm not going to lie, I giggled over. But...
Who was the hospital run by that we saw those bodies of?
That is just a hospital. The Red Cross is just the Red Cross. Somebody is using them. We don't know.
That's what I meant.
We don't know who. We're looking into it.
Okay. All right.
By the way, superb acting skills. Next time, look for cameras. We are going to scrub that footage. We are going to make it go away.
Thank you.
We have been around long enough that we have our foot, shall we say, in organizations, in businesses, in governments. We've been building for a long time.
Does Father Douglas work for you?
No.
I'm assuming he's a triple agent of some sort?
No, he does not, but he is a contact that I find rather useful. He's quite pleasant when he comes around for tea every so often.
Was he sent by you to get us?
I may have tipped him off.
Okay.
With the explicit instructions that he was acting on behalf of the church. He does me favors every now and then when I need it. Which is actually something your compatriots didn't ask. So, good on you.
Oh. That fear that he put into Alorah, can that be taught?
No. That is an innate quality that very few in this world have. It is complete and utter faith in one's abilities, in one's beliefs. It is unwavering. Sure, it makes the beast cower back every once in a while. Especially if one can get a little out of control. But as far as I have seen it, it can be directed at one those considers enemies, or it can be directed away from those that one considers allies. Still not sure how they do that, but think of it more of as a strong sense of purpose. Faith is a weird thing. 5 minutes to destination.
I hate to sound monstrous saying this, but why save our human compatriots? Or our human companions, too?
Lydia looks over at you. She almost looks like she doesn't know what to say.
Why? I'm just curious. All that I would imagine of a secret society that doesn't want humans to know what we are, I just assumed that anyone who wasn't would be taken care of.
Because in the wake of having been transplanted into another country, for all intents and purposes, we have certain links to who we were, to that spark of humanity. And your humans seem to be sufficing where other things would have normally taken that place. They seem to have attached themselves to you, and you seem to care about them, which makes them invaluable. Because as you start to lose pieces of yourself, your humanity, they can help soften that blow, and in some cases, even bring it back. They can help remind you of what you are and pull you back from that brink. Because if you cross that point, you're gone. You do not come back. And then we dust you. Ash you.
Fair.
Whatever the hell you want to call it.
Fair. I just don't want to lose what little I have right now.
And that is exactly why we brought Lydia. That is exactly why we brought all of your humans.
Thank you.
Things moving forward are not going to be easy. It is going to be rough. And there are going to be times where you just don't wanna. But the course of your actions moving forward are going to determine where you end up in this life. Positions of power that you find yourselves in, the friends that you make, the connections that you make, not necessarily friends. Don't forget what you are. And if something should happen to you lot, as of, well, not too long ago, having woken up in that, the back of that taxi, if something should happen to you lot, we're going to have to figure out what to do with your humans. So not only are your lives at stake, but so are theirs. And with that, the car starts to slow down as it pulls into a driveway of a rather expansive house. 3 stories. It's almost got a Victorian Gothic motif. She smiles. Sorry, I have a little flair for the dramatic, and I love my Victorian Gothic styles.
I love it. I love it.
There is a giant yard outside. You are well outside the city at this point. In the driveway sits 3 cars. 2 of them are unfamiliar, and the other one is Elijah's.
Elijah got to keep his car?
We're going to be giving it a makeover.
Okay. Okay.
Once we figure out an appropriate amount to be transferring into your bank account, that will be done ASAP. But for the moment, you 2 are free to go. If you need anything, again, text the number. Alice will be in touch. She can give you the answers that you need. If you need to get a hold of me, you let her know.
All right.
Just tell her to ask for the boss lady until I figure out a name. She'll know who you're talking about. And don't mind the snark. She's a little salty.
I can handle it.
Don't make us have to wipe your information again.
I'll try my best.
She nods. The driver gets out as the car stops. Opens the door. Or walks around, opens the door for you.
Good morning, boss.
She nods.
Step.
Good morning.
Wiggles out.
Lydia follows. And as the car drives away, you're left standing in front of this house. You can hear some sounds from inside that sound vaguely familiar, voices that you recognize. As you walk in through the door, the rest of your party is just heading off to bed. They wave at you. They don't look too happy. They just kind of wave at you and disappear into their respective rooms.
Since they're now out of even my earshot, turn to Lydia, just looking up and down, just like making sure everything's okay. Like
she has no
in a panic of like, is this person okay?
She has no bruises, no marks. She looks fine. She's still drinking from her Pepsi bottle. Her eyes seem a little unfocused, but I mean, it's been a long night. And you guys have just been through something fairly traumatic, all things considered, at least as far as human standards.
I'm gonna pull her. Oh, jeez, pull her in too. A hug. Just pull her in.
She hugs back, and all you hear is, "Can I spend the night with you?"
Yeah.
As you make your way down to your room, Lydia follows without saying a word. You both climb into bed, drift off to... Well, she drifts off to sleep. You more just fall unconscious the moment the sun breaks the horizon. And that is where we are going to end this session for today.